the Biden's administration swearing ceremony, we now receive our collaborator, Carlos Montero. Carlos, be welcome to From the South.
Thank you very much. A lot of expectation. The last time we talked, Biden was the president-elect. Now he's the one who's in charge here in the USA. It's not going to be an easy things for him to do. There are a lot of things going on in this country, a country that at this moment, all those streets should be full of people celebrating democracy. They are empty, a lot of security. There are so many reasons. One is the pandemic that's hurting so bad in the USA. Yesterday, they reached the number of 400,000 people pass away for this coronavirus. The other reason is they were really scared in the city. I was talking to different people about what could happen today. Thanks to God, it was very peaceful, the transition. I mean, Biden did the ceremony. Now he's the president. He was with Mike Pence. Donald Trump was not there. He left early the White House. There were 3 ex-presidents, Barack Obama, George Bush, and Bill Clinton. So it was a nice ceremony. It was a nice speech of Joe Biden asking something that this country needs to do if they want to work all the problems they're having, is to get united. This country is very divided. The election was very close. Donald Trump is gone, but you have to realize Donald Trump did a good election. He got 74 million of votes. That's a lot. Only one candidate got more votes than Donald Trump, Joe Biden. He got 80 million. That's the reason he's in the White House. And Donald Trump is in Florida. He said, I'm going to be the president of all American, not only of one side or the other side, not blue, not red, all the American. And he has so many problems in front of him. One of the first challenges he has to do is the pandemic. He was making it like a law that everybody has to wear a mask. Mask was a subject that would divide this country. Donald Trump never going to people see him with a mask. Biden said that we have to wear a mask if we are here in the States. He's planning to give 100 million.
Carlos, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I didn't know
Yes.
if the camera was on. I'm sorry. I didn't
No,
know we were on.
just don't apologize. We know the weather there is ravaging.
Okay.
The wind is blowing hard right now, because the thing is, we know the forecast for a snow were placed today for the Joe Biden's inauguration. So don't apologize. We know the weather is hostile right there. So now we want to know, maybe can you describe for us, elaborate for us, how is the people's mood right now towards this new inauguration, towards the new administration, but also now that Trump is out of power and out of the government of the United States? How do you perceive the moods of the people?
It's really amazing. I mean, because there were 4 years that, Donald Trump nobody was like, no president of the USA was like Donald Trump. We all agree on that. I mean, the Americans are very politically correct. Donald Trump was not politically correct. He has no filter. He loved to use his Twitter account to offend other people. And something that happened in this country during the last 4 years, it was not normal. It was different, to say in a nice way. But we have to realize, like I was telling you before, Donald Trump has a lot of people who follow him. He got 74 million votes. That's a lot. What they were saying here, that maybe Donald Trump is planning to have a new party, because he's not getting along now with the Republicans. The Republicans some of them got upset for what's happening in the Capitol a few blocks from here. Only 2 weeks ago, remember 2 weeks ago, a group of Trump followers, got into the Capitol trying to attack it, and 5 people died. One of them was police of the Capitol. And then that divided the country really tough. But what's going on here, people has hope. And Biden was very clear, I want to be the president of all of American people. Let's see. I mean, I guess people here we were scared what's going to happen today. It was peaceful. Until now, we didn't see any kind of, manifestation against Biden. I mean, everybody was walking normally on the streets. But let's see what's happening in the next days, because it's going to be a challenge. And like Biden said, one of his main goals has to be to put back together America. America is better than what we have seen, he's saying. And that's something he has to prove it, and he has 4 years in front of him.
Also, Joe Biden's in his statements, Carlo, can you hear me?
Yes, I do.
Okay, because we are confronting technical issues, because, this is live television and the communications have those issues in this time. So I had another question for you. In this case, we know Biden were addressing the nation. He was stressing and referring constantly to democracy. Democracy is back, democracy we have recovered. But the thing is, democracy, I think, is maybe an instance more than a solid or maybe touchable thing for people. In this case, how do you believe that democracy was damaged, and how do you sense that democracy may now be recovered with the Biden administration?
Absolutely. Democracy is very fragile. You think about USA, he was talking, Joe Biden, about this, about how solid is the democracy in this country. But we saw only 2 weeks ago that a group of people got into the Capitol. And there was the police, this country, you see security everywhere. And it's amazing. You see those videos, how those people were getting into that place. And that was one of the most secure places in this country, the Capitol. And in this moment, there were senators, the vice president was inside. So they were thinking, some people think they were trying to change the government, because Joe Biden, there is no doubt it was no fraud in the election. Even Donald Trump keeps saying it was a fraudulent election. They went to the justice said, we don't have any proof that it was a fraud election. That shows you that the democracy here is fragile, and that's what Joe Biden was saying. Let's see how solid is his relationship with the Republicans, because some Republicans, they're still thinking that he didn't win the election, in a clean way, and there are a lot of Republicans who keep supporting Donald Trump. So that is something we have to pay attention to that.
Carlos, I have a last question for you. As we have reports, the Supreme Court building had a bomb threat about maybe a menace over the building. But how can we maybe perceive this in the context of the inauguration? Was this maybe an attempt to block the inauguration, to overshadow it?
Here the media didn't pay much attention to that, because, it was in the building of the Supreme Court. Somebody called, they investigate, nothing happened. Honestly, here, all the news networks, they were informing about what's going on. They didn't pay much attention. I don't know where it came, that call from, but nothing big. They didn't even close the building. They were working normally, and it was nothing. It sounds awful, it sounds scary, but it was nothing.
So, Carlos, we thank you, your presence and your time hearing from the South. And also, we will receive you in other emissions, in other broadcastings, because we need to have details about the situation after this 46th inauguration ceremony for the new President of the United States, Joe Biden. Thank you, Carlos.
Thank you.